From the very moment your suitcase hits the curb outside the terminal, the airport machine is already quietly at work, shaping your experience, your movements, and most of all, your spending. What might look like a chaotic flurry of boarding, calls, overpriced snacks, and crowded terminals is actually a finely tuned system, engineered to maximize profits while keeping you distracted. For most travelers, the routine is familiar. Check in, survive security, wait at the gate, and hope for no delays. But behind the scenes, airports and airlines are playing a very different game. One you're not meant to win, unless you learn the rules. Ever wonder why that Uber ride from the airport always feels pricier than the one going in? The same distance, the same car, the same app, and yet the receipt tells a different story. It's not a fluke. Airports routinely tack on hidden fees for rideshare pickups and drop-offs, sometimes totaling over $6 for a round trip. These charges are rarely disclosed clearly. You won't see bold signs warning you of them, just a subtle little line on your invoice after the ride is over. And it's not just a few airports. Places like Boston Logan and Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson do it as standard practice. But savvy travelers can avoid it by walking just a few minutes off airport property or using a nearby hotel shuttle. You can call for your ride without triggering the surcharge. The ride is the same, but the fee disappears. You didn't outsmart the car, you outsmarted the system. The traffic outside airport terminals often feels like a mini apocalypse. Horns blaring, cars double parked, people sprinting with luggage. It's chaos by design. Most travelers assume there's only one place to get dropped off for departures, and one place to be picked up after landing. But that's a myth. The terminal layout might suggest fixed lanes and strict access zones, but they're more suggestion than law. Arrivals and departures levels are usually just floors apart in the same building. If the departures area is gridlocked, just have your ride swing by the arrivals level. One escalator ride, and you're back in business. On the way out, the reverse trick works too. Most people never try this, assuming it's against some unspoken rule. But the rule is only in your head, and by ditching it, you're skipping the line. Literally. You're standing in the terminal, your phone battery is circling the drain, and your charger is still sitting on the kitchen counter at home. The airport store has what you need, but at 3 times the normal price. Most people just sigh and buy it. But there's another option hiding in plain sight. Lost and found counters at airports collect a staggering number of forgotten items. Chargers, adapters, headphones, even power banks. Many of these are never claimed. And while you won't see a sign advertising it, some airports will quietly let you borrow these items. It's not formal policy, and there are no guarantees, but a polite request might be all it takes. No fees, no forms, just a tiny kindness in a place built for profit. That's the kind of win you don't forget. Everyone knows airport food is expensive, but what they don't realize is just how intentional that pricing is. The vendors aren't just greedy, they're stuck in a system that inflates costs. Rent at the airport is sky high. Every employee has to pass rigorous security checks. Ingredients brought through secure zones are subject to additional fees, and all those expenses are passed directly to the traveler. That's why a bottle of water might cost $7, and a burger could set you back $20. It's not about the food, it's about the funnel. But you're not powerless. TSA allows solid food in your carry-on, meaning you can pack sandwiches, fruit, or protein bars, and skip the price gouging. And in a twist of irony, some airlines sell in-flight meals that are actually cheaper than terminal vendors. If you have a credit card that knocks 25% or 50% off in-flight food, that savings compounds. The trick isn't to skip eating, it's to eat smarter, away from the traps. You've probably walked past those sleek, glass-doored airport lounges, assuming they're exclusive clubs for first-class flyers and million-mile travelers. No one waves you in. There are no signs that say, yes, you too, but in many cases, you already have access. You just don't realize it. Premium credit cards, like the Amex Platinum or Chase Sapphire Reserve, often include lounge entry, no strings attached. Certain airline loyalty programs do too, even at mid-tier levels. And if you don't have either, day passes are available, often cheaper than the combined cost of coffee, snacks, and bottled water in the main terminal. Once inside, the chaos fades. There's space to sit, fast Wi-Fi, clean bathrooms, food, and drinks included, and sometimes even showers or nap rooms. Some travelers go a step further, buying discounted lounge passes online from others not using their annual allotment. It's a quiet loophole the airports won't advertise, because when you're in the lounge, you're not out buying overpriced junk in their shops. Airports are not designed for comfort. They're designed for consumption. Every path you take, every seat you sit in, every delayed gate announcement, it's all part of a system built to influence your behavior. Comfortable seating is usually placed near cafes and stores, not near gates. Essential services like bathrooms or charging stations are positioned in ways that make you pass retail options. And the gate you're waiting for, you probably won't know it until the last hour. That's not disorganization, that's manipulation. The longer you don't know your gate, the more time you spend wandering and buying in the central terminal zone. In European airports especially, this is standard practice. They even add signs saying 8-minute walk to gate 32, just to soothe your nerves and keep you shopping. Once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it, and that awareness is your best defense. Here's what they won't put on the brochure. Many airports offer incredible free services that are completely hidden from view. Yoga rooms, prayer spaces, quiet zones, art galleries, even movie theaters. These spaces exist, but they are never front and center. Why? Because you don't spend money while meditating or watching a film. You're not helping their bottom line when you're refilling your water bottle at a hidden hydration station instead of buying another $5 bottle. Airports like San Francisco, Chicago O'Hare, and Portland have yoga and cinema options. Others offer kids' play areas, massage chairs, or even mini museums. But if you don't go looking for them, you'll never know. Online resources like sleepingairports.net are treasure maps for this hidden layer of airport design. Knowing what exists beyond the overpriced shops is how you take control of your environment and your sanity. When flights are delayed, most people blame bad weather or a mechanical issue. But the real reason is more often about access than storms. It all comes down to something called airport slots. These are the time windows assigned to planes for takeoffs and landings. Especially at busy international hubs, slots are limited, valuable, and highly competitive. Big airlines usually own the prime ones, and they get priority when things go wrong. Smaller carriers with weaker slot access are the first to get bumped when there's a backup. So while one airline keeps moving smoothly through a rainstorm, another sits on the tarmac for hours. The solution is simple but strategic. Fly with airlines that dominate the terminal you're flying from. Their better slot access could be the difference between a smooth departure and a 6-hour delay. You might think theft at airports is rare. That assumption could cost you. Luggage theft, especially from checked bags or during security screening, is a real and underreported issue. Whether it's a TSA agent slipping cash from a wallet or baggage handlers helping themselves to electronics, it happens more often than you'd expect. The most vulnerable time is during security. While you're juggling shoes, belts, laptops, and bins, your bag is momentarily out of sight. That's all it takes. Once it's through the scanner and out of reach, anyone can snatch something small and valuable. The same goes for checked luggage, which passes through many hands before boarding the plane. To protect yourself, don't check anything valuable. Keep devices, documents, medications, and money in your carry-on. Use TSA-approved locks for your bags, and keep your eye on them as they pass through screening. If something goes missing, report it immediately. The first 24 hours are critical. You'd think that lost luggage goes into a recovery system, where it's eventually returned or disposed of. But that's not the whole story. Items confiscated by TSA, like pocket knives, electronics, and even unopened wine, are kept for a short time, then auctioned online through government surplus websites. As for unclaimed luggage, it's sold off wholesale. A famous example is the Unclaimed Baggage Center in Scottsboro, Alabama, which buys entire truckloads of lost suitcases. From airlines, the contents are sorted, cleaned, and resold. Everything from clothing to laptops to wedding rings. So that lost bag might now be on a thrift store shelf. Its contents no longer yours. It's not a sinister scheme, but it is a clear message. The airport system isn't built to care. It's built to move on quickly and profitably. The airport may be a controlled environment, but it doesn't have to control you. Every hidden fee, every delayed gate, every overpriced snack, they only work if you don't know better. But now you do. From rideshare hacks to lounge access, from spotting psychological traps to finding free comforts, the power to travel smarter is already in your hands. The key is awareness. Once you understand how airports are designed to shape your behavior, You stop playing by their rules. You move with purpose. You spend on your terms. And most importantly, you travel with your eyes wide open. In a system that profits from your confusion, knowledge isn't just power, it's freedom.